Kristie Stout joins us now from Hong Kong with all the details. So we just heard that Hong Kong's chief executive, Carrie Lam, responded to China's decision to, quote, improve Hong Kong's electoral system. What more can you tell us?
Hong Kong's top leader, Carrie Lam, has offered her staunch support for this new electoral reform plan. She says it will be implemented here in the territory and that any existing loopholes will be plugged. China has effectively paved the way for Hong Kong to be run by patriots. Now, this new legislation that was just passed by the National People's Congress will reduce democratic representation here in the territory, and it will also vet candidates for patriotism. Under this new plan, we know that the election committee, that's the usually pro-Beijing body that selects a chief executive or top leader of Hong Kong, that will be expanded. Not only that, a new vetting committee will be created that will screen candidates for chief executive, the legislative council, as well as the election committee. According to a pro-democracy veteran activist, Cheuk-yan, this is a big step backwards for democracy in Hong Kong. We'll bring up the statement for you. Cheuk-yan told CNN this, quote, "It is a total regression. It's a total betrayal of the basic law promise of gradual improvement toward democracy, and therefore it is a backward development," unquote. Now, this comes at a time of increasing Chinese control here in the territory. Last year, the National People's Congress approved national security legislation. Within weeks, it was imposed here in Hong Kong, effectively criminalizing secession, subversion, terrorism, including with foreign forces, making them serious crimes punishable with up to life in prison. We know recently 47 pro-democracy activists, including former opposition lawmakers, have been charged with subversion under the new law and the single biggest crackdown under the national security law. Earlier this week, I had a briefing with China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Hong Kong. I spoke to the deputy commissioner. He defended the electoral reform plan. He said that it will improve the system in Hong Kong, that it will strengthen the viability of Hong Kong as an international financial hub. He also said this.
Hong Kong is part of China, and its electoral system is part of China's local electoral systems. It is solely China's internal affair as to how to design, develop, and improve the system, and no external force shall interfere.
After his prepared remarks, I asked the deputy commissioner a very simple question. I asked him, what is a patriot? And this was his response. He said, those who claim that they love only Hong Kong but not the country are not patriots. Kim.
Interesting response there. Thanks so much, Kristie Stout from Hong Kong.